Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, what's going on there, my friends? How you doing?
Great, Sock Up. How are you? Why aren't you wearing a mask?
Oh, well, I'm in my own home at the current time.
So are we. Yeah.
But I do, just in case something happens. I do have a croissant that I can keep in my mouth, and I breathe through the croissant. Not only does it stop the germs, but I also get a buttery scent and taste through the whole thing. So a croissant will do in a pinch.
That will. That's definitely a go-to. I will put that in my notes. And do you sanitize? I don't know if you have hands, Sock Up.
Well, I do not have hands, but I am sanitizing all over the place. I got some of this hand sanitizer gimmicks, and I'm spraying it over here. I'm like, hey, I think I see a germ over there. Skabloosh, skabloosh. I start throwing the stuff over there, keeping it clean.
I feel like you can see the germs better because you're a sock and we're not.
That is true. I may have special power. I'll never be able to see through your eyes, so I don't know what you see and what I see. But every once in a while, I'll see a germ hanging around, and I'm like, hey, get out of here, germ, with your garbage. And I throw some alcohol-laden liquid at it.
Ooh, how do you get alcohol-laden liquid? I have not come across any. I got alcohol I could drink, but I don't have throwing alcohol.
Well, that might work. You may be able to splash that on the hands and see what happens. You get a little sticky. Other than that, you'll be all right.
All right.
I got some at a little pump. I just got a little pump on the thing and it just go poo poo poo, just like my ticket gun.
Have you seen less speeders since everybody is quarantined?
You know what? I wish I would have. But it's been about the same. Every time that I go out and I'm seeing people, it seems like there's just as much traffic. I'm like, where are you people going? Hey, we're supposed to be sitting at home. Where you going? I have no idea. I'm still catching speeders.
I feel like every day it gets a little warmer. All the speeders speed around. It's like, stop speeding. Stay home, guys. Stay home.
Well, the weather heats up and people are like, hey, it'd be good, for quarantine. Let's just go around and speed. People just drive for no reason.
They're crazy.
They're crazy. Get them.
Is it easier to social distance being a sock and not a full-size grown person?
Well, I got to tell you, that is absolutely true because people do tend to stay away from me for one reason or another. So that does help. And also, I am masked. So
yes, you're your own mask. I do.
So nobody's hassled you about not wearing a mask?
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody's hassled. I do wear one sometimes just to kind of, put on appearances. I'm a police officer, so I want to be, be an example to the kids and stuff like that. So I have been wearing one. But I really actually don't need one because as you can see, I've got the fibers, stop any sort of germs that come through me. I just jump in the washing machine every night. Whammo, I'm good to go.
Damn right. What about Jason, though? Jason Bergler, has he been, distancing himself from you?
That guy, I believe I keep distance from that guy as much as possible, first of all. And second of all, I believe so, yeah. Every time he goes out, he wears a mask, he's been wearing a mask for years just as a public service because of his hideousness.
Okay.
Some people, that's what I'm saying. Some people are looking better in the mask. I kind of don't want that to go away.
Absolutely true. I never noticed. I'm like, your eyes are not exactly vomit-inducing when I look at you with the mask. So it helps him.
All those skin tags, they don't show with the mask on.
That's exactly right. So going to a restaurant for many years, it's like, hey, put your mask on. We don't want to have one of those vomit situations like you had the old Charlies. You know what I mean?
Oh man, what have you hoarded though, Sock Up? I figure in my mind, you're getting a lot of VHSs. What do you?
A lot of I'm stocked on the VHSs. Yeah, if Netflix catches the virus, I'm fine. I can watch any movie I want to. I ain't got to worry about that.
Good.
So, but that's good. But it actually, I went to Costco, about a couple weeks before this whole gimmick went down, just because I was like, hey, I got my tax money.
Yeah.
And I went to Costco and stocked up on some TP and stuff like that. So when it happened, I was like, well, there you go.
Did anyone try to grab you that couldn't find the TP? It was like, I'm going to use this sock cop for TP.
No, people have threatened, but nobody's actually reached out yet.
Has anyone ever spread and stuck it out, hoping you would help them?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that has happened as of yet. That would be actually a pretty fun situation if somebody was just sort of Hey, buddy, a little help over here. Hey, could I get a little, I think I may find some leaves or something like that. Maybe if I had a Kleenex handy. I mean, if somebody's that desperate to ask, I would help them out.
That's why I feel like there should be other socks you could just throw into that mix. Be like, yeah, here you go. You take this collateral damage. Have you? Speaking of collateral damage, have you ever been suspended from the force for any reason?
Oh, no, I'm a model employee. I've never been suspended from the force. They keep trying to promote me, as a matter of fact. They're like, hey, Sokka, why don't you come onto the, the Special Investigations Unit and stuff like that, like the Law and Order, SVUs. And I'm like, what? I've seen a bunch of those shows, and they ain't caught no speeders.
No.
I'm not interested.
That's it.
Yeah,
you just want... You're doing God's work getting the speeders.
That's why I'm trying to stop the speeders, and that's why I keep telling them. And they're like, hey, we got all these other crimes, like murders and, and the robins and the whatnot. And I'm like, well, speeding is a gateway crime. I stop them before they ever get started.
That is the beginning.
That's true. I'll tell you this story. I was driving. This was many years ago. I was driving with a friend of mine. He was. We were coworkers at one point, and he was driving, and he started going over the speed limit. He was going like 15, 20 miles over the speed limit, and we went right past the cop. This was before I joined the force. Went right past the cop, and I said, "Hey, man, you sped right by that cop," and he was like, "Whoa, man. I can't believe I got away with it. Did you see that?" And he said, "I wonder what other crimes I could get away with." Now, years later, I'm watching the TV. I see this guy, and I'm like, oh, my God, that's my pal Jeffrey Dahmer. There he is up on the TV.
No.
See, it's a gateway crime.
Yeah, he just started out as a speeder. One day, just...
You
Damn.
you could have taken him down, though, I feel.
Well, I didn't know at the time. That was one of the reasons that I wouldn't join the force. I was like, well, I gotta nip this in the bud, as old Barney Fife would say.
Yes, and being in the force, do you get any perks? Do you get like any free things at stores, like cheese? What's your favorite cheese?
Oh, if I could get free cheese, that would be a beautiful thing. Usually they just want to give me coffee, which is fine, but it ain't no cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite cheese, I do like a Munster cheese.
Ooh.
I like a brie cheese. One of those, you get the nice melty cheese. Maybe get you some pita chips or something like that. You got it going on.
You have fine taste, Sock Hop.
Oh, I love a cheese, But, there ain't nothing wrong with that sliced American neither. You need to make use a grilled cheese sandwich. There you go.
Yeah. What about a good cheese whiz, like a spray?
Oh, cheese whiz. That was always the good stuff. I could never afford that because that stuff is like $3 a can.
Yeah.
And I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know if I have $3 for cheese cans.
The slice American, you like the white or the orange?
Ooh.
Oh, I like the white. I do enjoy the white, but I also enjoy the orange. I got to tell you, I've done the Pepsi challenge with it, and I'm not sure if there's any difference in the taste.
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
I don't think so.
I have certain food items that I have to do the white and I have to do the orange. Like for burger, it's got to have the orange. A cheesesteak has to have the white.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the yellow on everything. Yellow on everything. I don't need that white. Privilege.
The aesthetics that's half of the food. I mean, if the food looks good, it makes it taste better.
Yeah.
So if the colors are meshing and you got that going on, you got a better meal.
That's true. How's baby Sock doing?
Oh, baby Sock is doing fantastic. Baby Sock is fantastic. She's wanting to walk so bad. She's very strong-willed, like her old man, and she keeps standing up and taking some steps and then clonking her head. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm trying to walk." She can't talk yet, but I can tell that what she's saying is, "I'm trying to walk, Papa Sock." I'm like, "Well, you got to give it some time. You got to build up your little wobbly little giraffe legs you got going on there. You're going to tump over every time." She's like, "Not this time." Whammos, and then falls again over and over again. So she's got all these little scrapes and stuff on her, and we got to take her to the doctor tomorrow. And I'm afraid they're going to call like social services. They're going to be like, "How come she's all bruised up?" I'm like, "It ain't my fault. It's her.
My God.
She's trying to walk."
When my sons were babies, my oldest, he couldn't, you couldn't keep him in like a crib or anything. He would jump out and just plop on the floor. Like you turn around for a second. And one day, they were eating dinner, my two oldest, and he was in the high chair, and I went into the living room like a few steps away to get a wipe because he had the macaroni cheese or whatever all over his face, and I turn around and he's standing in the high chair, and I'm like, "Oh my God," and I ran, and before I could get in there, he just not fell, but like slid out of the back and like slid down the wall, and I was like, "Oh my God," and he barely like bumped himself, but I still took him to the ER, and I was like, "Can you test him just to see if he's got a concussion or anything?"
Right.
And they were like, "He's fine." They were like, "He's
exactly
fine."
how you feel.
But dude, I panicked, Sock Up.
It's a scary thing. These kids, they have
Yeah.
no idea. She'll be, I'll be holding her in my lap and, sitting on the couch or something. And then she's like, I want to get out of your lap. Let me crawl on the couch. Okay, I'll crawl on the couch. And then she just gets to the end of the couch. And I'm like, no, you have to stop. You have to stop. And she's like, whoop. And I had to grab her by the leg. Oh, my goodness.
Has she started teething yet? Because I remember when my oldest started teething, I was holding him and I thought it was adorable because he pressed his little teeth into my collarbone, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." And then a second later, I was screaming. I was like, "Get off of me!" Because he just bit down. He just fanged down into my shoulder.
No, that exact thing happened to me. I was like, "Oh, look, she's giving me kisses. Look at what my throat."
Or he grabbed my chest hair once too, and I was like, "Oh, look at him just cuddling my chest hair." And a minute later, I was like, he's tearing it out. He's tearing it out.
I'm telling you what, this mustache is a very dangerous thing. They don't call it a handlebar mustache for no reason. This thing is perfect.
Has she ever tried to rip that off of you?
Oh, she tries every single time. This thing gets in her face, and she's like, "Oh, handlebars." She starts to. She just turned 9 months old not too long ago. So she's getting good graps on those hands. She's figuring out what those are for, and they are for ripping stuff off of people's faces. That's what they're for. That's what she's learned.
Yes. Wait till they get a little older too, because I've had like heavy Tonka trucks just dropped on my foot, on my bare foot. That's a fun one. Or a Lego. I was gonna say, as a sock, I'm sure you're gonna be stepping on a lot of Legos.
Yeah, there's a lot. I got to be sure to. Maybe I need to get me one of these like weenus pads or something like that, because I imagine, stepping on a Lego with the old weenus down there. That's a tender area. They call it the funny bone.
Yeah, no, it's not funny. Not funny at all.
That junk hurts. So she's got little toys and stuff. She don't have the Legos, she's too little for that, but she's got the big blocks. She's got a couple of those. And, so I don't step on them so much as I kick them. So sometimes it'll be the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, I need me a Dr. Pepper. I start walking through the living room and then just crash, because I start kicking these stupid blocks all over the place. And she can't even talk, so I can't even get onto it. So it's my fault. I kicked the thing, and it's just, and then I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, it just keeps going. But it's a beautiful thing. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
How old are your children?
My oldest now is going to be 13 in August. So, yeah.
Get out of town.
Yeah, 13, 12, and 7. That's my guys right now. And they're all boys. They just get nuts. And I don't know if you have another baby sock, but when they get older, it doesn't, like, really ever stop. Every time I tell them, like, don't wrestle. They think WWE is life. No, they do it. One of them, like, what was the move called? I think, spine buster.
Yeah, that's what it was.
One of them did a spine buster to the other sock cop and broke the other one's collarbone. Like,
oh no.
Which means I guess he did it wrong because he didn't bust the spine.
He's like, Daddy, I did the spine buster, but I did it wrong. I'm like, that doesn't sound good if it went right, guys.
You did a collarbone buster. Congratulations. You invented a new move. Never heard of that before.
You perfected the collarbone buster. Oh, man. I was going to ask, though, sock cop, being a sock, have animals ever attacked you?
Oh, yeah. You get attacked. I like, I have a cat and I got a couple of dogs. And, I'm good friends with them and stuff, but they do tend to get a little chewy.
Cats can get a little crazy. I love cats, but yeah.
Yeah, the cat gets crazy. Sometimes I'm just hanging out, watching TV, and then the cat just gets the idea that she's just going to start attacking me. She's like, well, time to establish some dominance. And it just comes on over. And I'm like, get out of here, cat. What'd you garbage? And I got to get it checked for rabies. And they're like, no, she ain't got rabies. She's just crazy and hates you. Okay, then.
Yeah.
You have a pill for that? And they're like,
moody.
No, that's just a cat.
That's a cat. Yeah, they are moody.
Nobody told me that at the pet store. I'll tell you that.
Slim's got a cat, and sometimes it'll just be laying there all cute. You go to pet it, and yeah, after a second or two, he's just got you. He's got you in the claws and the jaws, and he's going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you could notice, but there's a little hitch in my giddy up right there on the top lip. That's
I see. Yeah,
that's from the cat. Wow.
Yeah. The cat did a little grabbing at me one time, but that was my fault because I tried to say, "Hello, cat. How are you today?" And
hello, kitty.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't greet the cat.
No. Yeah, I saw you had a birthday recently, Sock Cop.
Oh yeah. Very recently, I had a birthday. I turned I believe 136 years old.
Wow. Happy birthday!
Appreciate that.
You look great for that age too.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I got like I said, I got this little thing on the lip there. I need to, but they consider it an elective procedure So I got to wait for all the doctors to open back up because I can't go right now.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be worth the wait. What did you
Yeah,
do? What did you get? A lot of gifts?
Well, for the birthdays, no, it was before the quarantine. It was right whenever people were starting to be like, Corona, what? So I didn't have anything planned. Once you hit 136, you just sort of like, well, what's another one? It doesn't matter.
So I'm curious about the mustache because maybe there's like a little bit of gray hairs, but for the most part, it looks like a brand new mustache. Like do you dye it or do sock mustaches just?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm just blessed, I suppose, with the I don't dye it. I do use several oils and creams and things to to keep it looking sexy for the ladies and stuff. But I don't there's no dyeing. There's no hair. I don't know if you can see under the hair. There's no hair up there. So
I was checking that out.
That may be gray. I'm not sure, but just like my grandpappy sock used to say, I don't care what color it turns as long as it don't turn loose. So as long as it stays there, that's fine.
So speaking about the ladies, did the ladies ever get their way out of speeding?
Oh no, they try though, and I do enjoy when they try. Every once in a while they give me the little pouty lips. I don't have any lips, but it's sort of like, ooh, maybe I don't need this ticket. Ooh, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at those lips that you got there. And I'm like, well, yeah, I like those. That's pretty good. What you got there? Some lipstick and do it. Whammo, tickets for you. and then they're heartbroken.
You draw it out a little longer.
Yeah, I like that.
That's the best part. You got to make them sweat a little bit. That's why whenever you pull somebody over, you don't just walk straight up to the car and say, how you going? You got to, I check my Facebook, maybe send a tweet, something like that, make sure they're good and sweaty by the time I get up there. That's the best part.
Nice. That's amazing. And if I remember correctly, Sockop, were you created by a wizard?
Oh, no, very, very similar. I was sent into the future by a time-traveling caveman.
Oh, that's right. Have you ever gotten a chance to reconnect with that time-traveling caveman and, just ask him why?
I have not. Well, I got a good reason why. Is because he was, I'm sure he thought he was on some very important time-traveling caveman business, and I went to pull him over for speeding. And that's when he blasted me with his time-traveling ray gun and sent me into the future. But I haven't seen him since, so there's no he may be hanging out with Julius Caesar, or who knows. I don't know what he's up to.
He sped off on you. If you ever had the chance, would you take him down if you got your sock on him?
Oh, that would be great. I would love to. But, I got to tell you, it's like one of those blessings in disguise. Yeah, I actually enjoy this time a lot better.
Yeah, because
as
I feel
136 years old, you talk about 120 years ago, things were not that great.
No, it's a lot more dangerous.
There was no Netflix, no cable TV,
no
there was
coronavirus,
none of this stuff. They didn't even have Dr. Peppers back then.
Oh, he's the best doctor. He's delicious.
So if you go from there to then, you're like, well, I don't want to go back to that.
No,
that part that sucked. You want to talk about pain? You go to a dentist in like 1894. That guy didn't know what the world he was doing.
They used leeches, I thought, and had you just bite things.
Bloodletting. They were just like, "Wow, your teeth hurt? Well, it probably has something to do with the humors in your foot. So we'll chop that thing off, and you'll be good as gold."
Yeah, maybe that's how you started. Maybe the foot got chopped off, and the caveman grabbed it and just came here.
Oh, could have been. Who knows? And I'm not sure. Memory's a tricky thing. And time travel can just only complicate things further. So there's no telling what really happened.
I was going to say,
my version.
Do you have any memories in the prehistoric times of like hanging out with the caveman and stuff?
Or Woolly Mammoth's mammoths?
What? No, it wasn't that long ago, you guys.
Right.
We're talking about like late 1800s.
Oh. It was like
there were some horse and carriages I was stopping for speeding, things like that. But, other than that, it was... there was no woolly mammoths that I'm aware of.
Was he? So the caveman was more like just kind of a homeless guy,
or maybe he thawed out. Maybe he got frozen in that ice age. And
I think, he figured out how to time travel. Yeah. He could be a caveman in the year 4000, living in some sort of space bubble.
So you didn't know him from where he came from. You met him in the 1800s.
No, I was just pulling over a speeder, and I was like, man, this guy's pretty hairy and smelly and wearing a loincloth looking like Fred Flintstone. But, other than that, I mean, that happens 2 or 3 times a week.
Right?
I didn't think nothing about it.
I feel like that's a common occurrence. A common occurrence.
It's all the time.
I saw it too, Sock Up. You always on your show. You always have an animal of the day. I didn't know if you had an animal of the day for us today.
Oh man, I did not have one prepared. I usually have to go through.
That's
But I
okay.
will say, here's one that I haven't done, that I should have done, but now it's sort of become politically thing. I would say the animal of the day is the bat.
Why do you say that?
Ooh, that bat is a silly goose. He started a lot of trouble for us.
Yeah, the bat is the animal of the day. It's sort of getting a bad rap, but it ain't the bat's fault.
That's
some
what I'm
people
saying.
saying, some cat, no, not a cat, but a person ate a bat and then coughed or something. I don't know how diseases work.
I don't know. I feel like you would just poop it out, and nobody
That's what
nobody
I
would
think
die.
too.
I feel like you would just poop and things would be okay.
And things would be fine. You would think the stomach acid would just sort of take care of whatever, but apparently the
Yes.
bat come flying out and started coughing and sneezing, and now all of a sudden we got to wear masks when we go to Costco.
Yeah, that poop did us all dirty. That poop did us dirty. If we had the toilet paper, it wouldn't have. That's probably why people are like, if I have to poop a bat, I'm gonna have all this toilet paper.
I'm gonna need several sheets. We're going at least 6-7 ply.
Couple plies deep. Yeah. Sock Up, but it has been a blast. It's been so good seeing you this time.
Oh, it's so good seeing you guys. Well, I saw you last time because you didn't see me, but it's good that you could. It's good to be seen, I suppose.
I even had people message me like, is he really a sock? And I was like, yes. So this time I could prove. I have the video footage to prove you are a sock and a cop.
Oh, that is true. I guess if you just do the audio version, you can just call me whatever you want, because then it's just like, hey, here's the president of Burundi, everybody,
Right.
and nobody would know.
Sock Cop, our video is working on your end too. You can see us.
Yeah, I can see you.
You
guys.
see our new slime bow.
Oh yes, our intern.
Oh yeah. Look at that. I love that mustache. That's pretty
Yeah,
good. It's a good
that's what I was
starter
gonna say.
stash.
It's a really good at grooming. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured
He
you
took a
guys-
vacation and came back.
Yeah,
And,
he
he's
came
looking
back.
good.
He's looking happy. He's looking happy to be here. But we're happy to have you on Sock Up as always. Where can everybody find you?
Oh, you could find me. I'm usually hanging out on the Twitters, and my Twitter name or whatever is @JasonBurglar, because I took over this jerk's account, so it's @JasonBurglar. Or you can go to the website. Well, no, you can't, because I forgot to pay the website bill. Can I tell you guys I forgot to pay the website bill? So
That's
you can
why
go
I've
to
never had a
sockuprocks.com,
website. That's why I've
but
never
it's-
had a
it-
website.
But it's going to take you to a video of that pug licking the screen.
What?
Rupert licking the screen on the show.
That's adorable.
Websites aren't doing the it's Corona. We
Yeah.
understand that you're not paying
We'll
the
let it
bill.
slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bill came due, and I was like, I ain't got that kind of money. And then nobody goes to it anyway, so I was like, who will even notice?
They need to go. They need to go. Maybe I don't know.
I
Maybe
tried to
after
make
the
it a fun
virus.
play, but you guys know how it is. Trying to make people do anything. It's like pulling teeth.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't even have.
No. I wish I didn't have those. I don't know. Sometimes teeth are good.
Would you rather just gum it?
Maybe. I might just want some soup or some pudding.
Soup and pudding, man. Can't go wrong with that. I can live the rest of my days on soup and pudding.
Damn right, Sock Up. Thank you though so much, and hopefully I won't have to see you in court.
Oh, no. Don't fight that ticket, because I will show up.
right.
And don't be speeding, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on, you guys. It's a pleasure. I love the show, and smooches for you.
Smooches, Sock Up. We will talk soon, my
Mwah.
friend. Mwah.
Smooches for you. Have you a good day.
You have a better one.
Take care,
Where's the
Sock
hang-up?
Cop.
Where's the hang up button? Hang up the thing. Would you?